So as far as the Patriot movement, and that's what LWN is, we are part of many patriots out there searching for the truth and delivering the news like it should be delivered. All right, folks, we're back live. LWN here at the Reawaken Tour in Post Falls, Idaho 2022. And we are with Brave TV and Dr. Jason Dean out of Florida. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good, man. Good to see you. How are you?
It's nice to meet you. So Dr. Dean here is a chiropractor, but boy, he's involved in a lot more than just chiropractics, which I could use an adjustment.
That's what everyone says.
Oh, so somebody's already took that line. All right. Well, I do go to chiropractors. I do believe in them, and being healthy. But we want to talk about something that's even bigger than that, which is the Economic World Forum and money.
Yes.
Because that's something that we haven't talked about this weekend here at the Reawaken Tour. So let's dive right into the World Economic Forum. What is it that you would like my viewers and listeners to know about the World Economic Forum?
Yeah, so this is the age-old communism versus non-communism, New World Order versus non-New World Order. It's so funny. I was talking to some other people, and I've been in the conspiracy world for a long period of time because I'm a chiropractor. Like we've been calling out like medical tyranny forever, and the jabs. I'll be careful how I say it because I don't want to give me a ban because I've been banned everywhere. But ultimately, it comes down to this, and I'm glad people are starting to wake up. But the World Economic Forum is kind of the latest revision of communism, right? They're always trying to take down America. America is that last beacon of hope. Obviously, we'll get into the money because that's one of the reasons why. But this last 2 years have been chaotic, right? So we've known about this for a long period of time. But the last 2 years, as much as a pain in the butt they've been, right, and seeing what's happening and the lockdowns and everything else. By the way, I love that you're live. This is fantastic. I love to see comments coming in. So the last 2 years has also
they call me the live king.
That's right. A blessing in disguise the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And people are like, what do you mean a blessing in disguise?
Oh, it absolutely
I go,
is.
it's a silver lining. I go, this is the first time that Americans have been woken up to the World Economic Forum, the medical industrial complex, the military industrial complex. You know, this was spoken about decades ago when Eisenhower even said in a speech, the military industrial complex, right? And then you have Kennedy who gets killed for something, right? That's also money related too. But the World Economic Forum, my biggest concern, I've really been trying to put this message out to people is it really comes back to children. So with our children are being disconnected from not only our parents. I mean, you've seen some of probably the YouTube videos where people go on the street and ask questions of like random adults and teenagers or college kids, and they're asking like American questions, like founding fathers questions, constitutional
Who's the
questions.
president? I mean, all kinds of,
and nobody knows.
And nobody knows the answers. It's crazy, and I know exactly what you're talking about on these videos, which tells me, which we talk about it all the time on LWN. The public education system is broken. It's nothing more than propaganda. It's nothing more than indoctrination. And they are attacking our children, and they are grooming them for all kinds of things.
Well, and this comes straight from the World Economic Forum. So what we're about to go into, and I think this is the big message I can give the people on the World Economic Forum. There's so many rabbit holes you can go down, but ultimately they're going to start using our technology against us. They already are using our technology, whether it's a cell phone. And I'm not an anti-technology guy. Like, we're using technology to go live here. We have our phones next to us, etc. My phone's right here. We got to talk to our families. We got to do business. We got to work. But they're going to use, there you go, the Calm.com app.
Now, the reason why I point that out, folks, I just showed him my cell phone, okay? And the reason why is because I have an app on my phone that his colleague had
so glad you brought this up.
had told me about it yesterday, and she says there's an app called Calm, CALM.
Yep.
And I'm sitting there thinking, man, I think I have that on my phone. I don't even know why I have it on my phone. I downloaded it for a reason, but can you go into this app real quick?
So this is literally perfect World Economic Forum. I also have the app on my phone. I'll tell you why. Because I saw it advertised and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was advertised. This is how they get you. It was advertised as a better way for prayer and meditation.
Yes, that's what it was.
And I went,
and calming music.
Exactly.
And calming music.
Calming music, prayer and meditation. And my first thought was, well, that's kind of cool, right? Like, you could always be more effective in prayer and meditation or calmness and relaxation, right? Everyone needs that. I downloaded it just to see what it looked like. I didn't want to use it. I downloaded it and I looked at it and I go, like, yeah, okay, it's not a big deal. Like, I wasn't like super impressed with it from a technology standpoint. But then later on, I find out the creator of that app, his name is Michael Acton Smith. They took $200 million of venture capital seed money. But the best part is, or not the best part, he's actually connected and directly correlated with the World Economic Forum. They're using that app to listen to our voice, listen to the tone of our voice. So let's say, for example, you're sad one day, you lost a family member or someone broke up with a teenager or whatever it is, right? Like a human emotion. Someone's sad, someone has grief, someone's angry, something didn't go right.
This is AI stuff.
This is AI stuff. They're taking that. Then what they're going to do is they're going to actually run that through social media. They're going to put surveys in front of you. Do you feel sad today? Do you feel upset? Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, the World Economic Forum has created a program called computational psychiatry. They're going to try to label you and anybody else who uses this app without ever seeing a doctor, without ever seeing a therapist, without ever seeing some spiritual advisor, pastor, church member, etc. And ultimately, this connects to Walmart, to Amazon. They're going to directly take pharmaceutical drugs, psychotropic drugs, the most dangerous of all, to get them delivered straight to your house without you ever having to see another human being and talk through maybe your emotional issue.
You know what? This is crazy. If you guys would love for me to have Dr. Dean back on the show when we got a full hour to talk about this stuff, give me a thumbs up in chat. But this is all about conquer and divide, and the sickness was all about separating us and 6 feet apart and put the ugly diaper on your face and a disconnect from humanity.
Yes.
And you are hitting the nail right on the head, and not only a disconnect.
Absolutely. No, 100%. And not only, let me even go deeper, because I don't want to put fear in people's minds, but I want them to be alerted. Not only does it disconnect us from humanity, like we're here, we're right next to each other. We shook hands. We're having a communication. He's really cool. He's got a
I feel your energy.
He's got a cowboy look to him. I like it, right?
You like my beard? Because I like your beard. All right.
Because we're communicating. We're humans. We like actually human communication. This is not only going to separate us from human communication, it's even worse. They're going to separate not only adults, but worse, they're going to separate children from
their
our Creator,
adults. Yep.
from our God.
It's a spiritual disconnect.
Absolutely.
This is a spiritual war, folks. We talk about it over and over and over again. This is so crazy that this wonderful doctor, Dr. Dean from Florida, is here at the Reawaken Tour. I got to cross paths with him and connect. And yeah, the handshake is a big deal because that's human contact. And just think about February of 2020 when they said for everybody to get 6 feet apart, everybody stay home, don't come out of your house. It was all by design. And now you're talking, there are apps on our phone that data collect and track our every move, our every sound of our voice, everything, and put us through a program and then prescribe drugs to us.
100%. And it's not just the apps. So here's the next bomb. It's also the iWatch. It's the Fitbit. It's the Oura Ring. Every single one of them are connected directly to the World Economic Forum.
I heard that you had one of those Oura rings.
I had an Oura Ring. I did. Well, in natural health, the Oura Ring is used all the time because it actually gives amazing sleep data back. Like if you're sleeping, I want to know REM sleep. If I can know that. And by the way, again, technology is not a bad thing. It can be actually used for great things. It's
Right.
a neutral thing. We're using it for good right now, right?
Yes.
Like the Oura Ring, I'm like, this is amazing technology. I can find out my REM sleep, deep sleep. If I woke up, I was kind of off. Because I have supplements and nutrition that I can work on my body with to make me better sleep, right? And I want to find out that information. They're using it for corrupted means. They're using it to track us. I mean, Fitbit alone, the World Economic Forum tied to the Fitbit, they did a sleep study of 6 billion nights of sleep from Americans, and the Americans that were part of the study never knew it. And how did they get that information? Because when you click on that privacy and agreement thing, when you connect your phone, you're giving away your permission for your medical freedom. That's
Wow.
insane.
Listen, folks, I got to have Dr. Dean back on. We got to give him a full hour with no noise in the background. And so I got his contact information. I'm definitely going to be reaching out to Dr. Dean and getting him scheduled to come back on the show, because just having a few minutes off camera to talk about this, this guy is just loaded with so much information, and it's more than just World Economic Forum. It's more than just money. It's health tips. It's all kinds of great information that I really feel you as the listener here at LWN needs to hear. Closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts. This is an awakening, but this is a spiritual awakening. And the best thing I can say is, you know, at the end of the day, no matter what happens in this world, I look at myself and I look in the mirror and I go, how can I take responsibility for this? What can I do? And honestly, you know, even though I didn't grow up knowing that we were in this kind of enslavement system that we're in right now, I also was a part of it because I let it go, right? So we took our hands off the steering wheel as Americans. It's a time to put our hands back on the wheel. My smallest things for everyone to do is, I'm not saying get rid of the technology, but we don't need our kids on a cell phone all day long. We don't need our kids on an iPad all day long. We need to actually reconnect our families together, because ultimately, if you put a family together, back together in the nuclear family, that's how you win America back.
Amen. Amen. So there you go, folks. This is a teaser of Dr. Dean for LWN. I got so many other people coming in and going out, but it was a pleasure meeting
Absolutely.
you, Dr. Dean. And I promise you guys this: when Dr. Dean comes on, I'll put out a notification way before he comes on, so that you guys can schedule and plan to be on and watch, because this guy, he's one of the neatest people that I've met here so far.
This guy's so fun to talk to.
I'm so excited. Like, just his talk is getting the blood pumping in my body right now. I'm ready to go get in the ring, you know.
You gotta go down and take Klaus Schwab down right now.
We're ready to take the World Economic Forum down. We're ready to take the corruption, not only here in America, but across the world, down. And it's us, the Patriot Movement, that's going to do that. So thank you so much.
Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right, folks, we'll be back here in just a few minutes. Stay tuned.